One, two, three. This is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, speaker, and psychologist, and every week we talk about how to love yourself, others, and higher nature. And we talk about many different topics on relationships, self-esteem, spirituality, family, and love. Now, today's topic is something that I find very interesting, is the idea of how to be a full potential person. A full potential person, as Maslow, the famous psychologist, talked about, is someone who's able to actualize their abilities, their talents, and their dreams. Someone who's capable of becoming everything they want to be, creatively, intellectually, emotionally, socially, and spiritually. The opposite of that is someone who is not fulfilling their potential or unfulfilled. And one of the saddest things that can happen to someone is at the end of their life, on their deathbed, they have many regrets. They think, why did I stay in that relationship? Or why didn't I stay? Why did I stay in that job or career? Or why didn't I start what I really wanted? Or I should have done more, loved more, experienced more. Research shows that only 1/3 of people in the U.S. are what they call content or happy, and another 1/3 of people in the U.S. will sometime in their lifetime have an anxiety disorder, extreme form of anxiety. So a lot of people are not really fulfilling their potential. And to get to this point, here's one question you can ask yourself. If you're realizing your full potential right now as a human being, not in 10 or 20 years from now, but right now, what would you be doing? Would you be going back to school, finding love, starting a family, a business, traveling, engaging in some hobbies or spiritual practice, something in your life that would be different? Because many times people postpone. They say, well, I'll go back to school when the kids are older, or I'll start a business when I have more money, or I'll travel when I have the opportunity. And what happens is that you never do it, or it takes a long time because there's always a reason why you don't do it. So fulfilling your potential right now is the idea. Now, when we look at people who are fulfilling their potential, there are certain characteristics. Now, there have been studies done on this. Maslow studied some of the highest level figures in his time. And here are some of the things that you need to think about. These are some of the characteristics of the full potential person. First of all, they're able to embrace the unknown. Instead of having fear of trying new things, they're looking at the opportunities. What can I learn from this experience? What can I do that's different? So whether it's starting a new occupation or career or lifestyle choice, they always look at the unknown as something that can be exciting, fulfilling, and that can actualize their potential. Another component of the full potential person is that they're often comfortable being alone. Now, we often talk about here about the introvert and the extrovert personalities. Introverts are people that get energy from their own thoughts and like spending more time on their own with a few friends, thinking, meditating. Extrovert people energy are those that like to be out with people, socializing, and they get energy from other people. So there are different styles. The full potential person is able to do a little bit of both. There are times when they can be quiet and meditative, reflective. Other times they like to socialize and be with people. And the advantage of being more internal energy at times, or having that solitude, is that it helps you put things in a bigger perspective. You see the big picture. And at the same time, you have more serenity, more relaxation. You can recharge your batteries and have more energy as a result. So it is important to be able to spend time alone at times. You can be more creative also. Another characteristic of the high potential person is they have a high level of acceptance. They're able to accept others and themselves. Accepting others means having empathy, putting yourself in other people's position, seeing how they feel, and being able to want to help that individual. And accepting yourself is something we talked about also, is self-compassion. Taking a rest day or break or a self-care time in your life where you heal yourself. You don't push yourself beyond your capacities. You're able to regenerate your energies, and you care about yourself. You forgive yourself for mistakes. So accepting yourself also means that you accept your personality style, your uniqueness. Perhaps you are more of an emotional person, and that's your style, whether male or female. You take things a little bit personally, but you're very sensitive. Or you're a more logical person. You like to analyze things, and sometimes you can say things that may hurt people's feelings, but you don't mean to do that because you're very logical and straightforward. Learn how to embrace that part of you, that style. Another component of the full potential person is that they are often very independent. They go on their own and do things that they want to do that are positive and helpful, and they're not really as influenced by other people's opinions. Now, they do like having a mentorship or someone who maybe can teach them things and can give them some guidance, but at the same time, they're able to value their sense of self and do what they believe is right for them, that is part of their value system. Another part of being a full potential person is having a growth motivation or mindset. They are often lifetime learners. They like to listen to TED Talks, read books on tape, always looking to learn something. Even if it's not formal education like college or university, they like to experience things and grow from them. And they often see hardships or so-called obstacles as a learning experience. So maybe they failed in a business or relationship. Instead of letting themselves be frustrated or bitter, they will take that as a lesson they learned. They can apply to a better relationship, a better business, a better career, a better way of interacting with life. People who are full potential people also have deep and meaningful relationships. They're not into superficial short-term relationships. They want to have something full of intimacy and meaning and love, whether it's family, friends, a love partner, even work colleagues. They often have a unique purpose, a mission, a passion that drives them. It could be as simple as being a great parent or friend, spouse, someone that contributes to the community, whatever it is, or maybe creative, scientific, business. They want to change the world in some ways, or they want to leave their imprint on the world. Also, people that are full potential people, and again, when we talk about full potential, all of us are striving toward it. We may not be there right now. It may be years later that we accomplish what we want to accomplish, but the key is that we want to strive toward that full potential, that full expression of our greatness as human beings and our abilities to help and to contribute. One of the elements is be able to express your emotions in a clear and distinct way. In psychology, there's a term called emotional granularity, which means to be specific with your feelings. When you state your feelings, what do you specifically state? Now, in my practice in psychology, I work with a lot of clients. I ask them, how do you feel? Sometimes they tell me, well, I feel good or I feel bad. I tell them, well, that's not really an emotion. That's maybe a state, psychological state. An emotion is something like I feel content, joyful, sad, irritated, peaceful. And people that can express their emotions clearly and in a definitive way are often have better mental health. They often feel happier, more joyful. They can understand what they're feeling. They can take steps to even change their feelings through their thought process if they need to change them in a more positive direction. High potential people are often spontaneous. They're like children in some ways. They have this openness, this freshness. They can see many things in life that are beautiful, a sunrise, a sunset, animals. And they're able to take the moment as it comes. Instead of overthinking it and worrying about things in the future, they're able to experience it in the moment, in the now. High potential people are often also grateful for everything they have. They are thankful for the things that are given to them by life or a higher power if they believe in that. And they lack that terrible feeling called deprivation. Well, many times people feel deprived. I don't have as much as other people, whether it's material or even love or even health or happiness. But people who are grateful feel that there's an overabundance in the world of all these different things, whether it's material things, love, spiritual healing, health, well-being, and they're grateful for everything that they have. And that actually increases their sense of happiness and reduces their possible depression or anxiety. Full potential people are also optimistic, but they are also realistic. They expect the best in the world. They look at the bright side, but at the same time, they can see there's negativity, maybe even negative people that drain them. And if that occurs, they're able to redistribute their energies elsewhere to other people or situations that can really be harmonizing with them and don't take away a lot of their positivity. Full potential people also have humbleness. They have humility. They're not arrogant or cocky. They know they can always learn from other people, other situations. They're never too good to learn from others. And finally, full potential people have high-level goals in life, whether it revolves around their family, love, their children, contributing something to society, having a sense of meaning, purpose, experiencing life to the fullest. So they really live life to the fullest potential that they can. So you might be thinking, well, this sounds really great, but how do I become a full potential person? Maybe I'm living under my abilities. I'm not achieving the greatness I want in my life, whether it's my relationships or my finances, my career, even my health and happiness. The first thing you need to do is have what we call awareness. Be aware every moment of the choices you're making, the actions you're taking. Ask yourself, is this action moving me toward my full potential or away from it? Maybe you're involved in some kind of bad habit or addiction even, whether it's substance abuse or being a perfectionistic person or procrastinator, maybe picking the wrong person in a relationship who's abusive or negative towards you. And that's hurting you. So you can say, well, I don't want to do that. I want to move toward things and people and activities and mindsets that's going to help me improve my potential, whether it's exercise, diet, self-help, spiritual practice, learning new hobbies and interests that can inspire you, being around people that are very motivating. At the same time, you need to learn how to listen to yourself. Many times we don't do that. Our intuition, part of us inside that tells us what to do, where to go, who to stay with, who not to stay with. These are the important things that we need to have, is a full awareness of our inner thoughts and feelings and what we feel is right for us. Another thing that's important to do if you want to develop full potential in your life is to follow your, what we call don. Don comes the word don divino, which means gift from God, your talent, your ability, to have courage to pursue your dreams and do what God or the higher power or whatever you believe in gave you to do. If you're a writer, write. If you're a teacher, teach. If you're a craftsperson, do crafts. If you're a caretaker, a parent, raise your children. Be caretaking toward others. Whatever it is that you feel is your great talent or don, develop it. Use it to help yourself and others, to contribute. Many times people are afraid to use their talent. Maybe they want to be an actor, or they want to be a scientist, and they think, well, I don't have the ability or the time or the money or the education, and they let fear hold them back. But courage is very important here. To follow your dawn, your dream, you need to have some courage to say to yourself, I can do this, and I feel that it will make me happier and also be able to give more love to others. Also, once you recognize what it is your great talent is, develop what we call a one-point focus. I call it a one-point hara focus. Now, hara, we've mentioned before, is the point 2 inches below your navel that martial artists consider their center of balance and power. It's in your stomach area. So if you're in a stance, no one can push you off that stance as a martial artist focusing on their hara. Even a very strong and big person cannot push you off because you're focused on that point. So in the real world, focus on your task for the day. You can even say, I want to do one important task today, and that's it. I'm not going to let any other distractions come in the way. I may allow even 4 hours, maybe in the morning or evening, whenever your time energy is strongest, to do this task, whether it's a creative task or a business task, something at home, and start to eliminate distractions. Maybe you're on the phone a lot. Maybe it's the internet. Maybe it's movies or videos that take away a lot of your energy and time. Maybe gossiping with people, or even your own negative thoughts. So start to focus on that one thing that brings you happiness. It could be as joyful or simple as baking or cooking something, or maybe gardening, or a hobby, or maybe taking care of children or other people. So whatever it is, it doesn't have to be anything momentous, but it's something that gives you passion and pleasure that you want to spend your time doing. Also, start to use the power of momentum. We know that little things can bring big results. Many times people don't want to change habits because they think it's too hard. I can't exercise, I can't get in shape. But what if you start exercising 20 minutes each time you go to the gym, and then maybe build it up to 30 and 40? Or if you want to be a writer, write 2 or 3 pages per day, and by the end of a period of time, you're going to have a book or a novel already written for you. So learn how to enjoy the process. Now, sometimes people get impatient, or they feel that I'm not getting results. Maybe even in the dating world, they want to find a soulmate. They go on different dates and they can't find the right person. They get frustrated. They get even resentful. They need to realize that this is a process. They need to enjoy the process, meeting new people, socializing, maybe learning things about themselves, and realize that they are planting a seed in the ground that eventually can flower into that great relationship they want, the love, the happiness that they're looking for. But it may take some time, and the results may not be visible in the beginning, but at the end they will come through. As we know, the law of karma in the Eastern philosophy talks about the idea that you will eventually reap the things that you do in terms of results, positive and negative, but it may take a little time. Also, another tip to being a full potential person is to take the right action now. Many times people wait for the right or perfect moment to do something, start a business, go back to school, find a partner, etc. But there is no right time because there's always an excuse or reason why you can't do it, a delay. You say to yourself, the right time is now. If you want to reach the right partner, start to get involved in social activities where you can meet someone that's compatible with you. Read books, develop yourself in the inner way. Or a spiritual practice, maybe look into spiritual programs. Or business, research business world. Talk to people who are successful in business. Whatever it is that you want to do, try to take those little steps and take action right now. Also practice what I call right association. People around you are very important. They can either inspire you or they can even hold you back. In the new book I wrote, Invincible You, I talk about HLP versus LLPs. HLPs are higher level people and LLPs are lower level people. And we're not talking about career or educational or social status. We're talking about psychological and spiritual qualities. The higher level people, HLPs, are those people that are more compassionate, grateful, optimistic, kind, humble. Lower level people are people that are negative, critical, condemning, gossiping. So the more people you surround yourself with that are HLPs and you strive to become one yourself, the better off you will be in terms of your emotions and your relationships. And you'll be able to not spend so much time being distracted or even pulled down by LLPs, low-level people, negatively. Now, you can try to help LLPs if they really want help and if you're at a certain level of your own development. And that's the key, to make sure that you're helping them, but not necessarily being part of their life internally. Because they can, again, with their negative energy, they can affect you with that. But you will be compassionate and empathetic toward them and offer them your help at some point if they're willing to take it. And that's the key. Many times they don't. Another element that you can practice is allowing yourself to go back if you make a mistake. In other words, forgive yourself for a mistake. Maybe you took that drink that you shouldn't have taken, or you ate that extra food and you're on a diet. Say to yourself, well, I made that one step backward, but I'm going to take 2 steps forward. I'm going to cut out the extra food. I'm going to put myself in a situation where I'm not going to be drinking. And as a result, you can say, I'm taking 1 step backward, but 2 steps forward, I'm still making progress. I can recover from that so-called mistake, from that so-called slip in my discipline habits, and I can keep moving forward. So forgiving yourself is crucial, because if you don't forgive yourself, you will develop a weakness, and that weakness will make you feel inferior in some ways, and you'll probably compensate by going back to the bad habit or the bad relationship or the bad situation that you had before because you don't feel worthy of anything better. So strengthen yourself first by forgiving yourself at the same time. And also another thing that's very important to be a full potential person is to encourage in yourself full potential moments. Now, this is also known as peak moments or flow in psychology. Those situations or times when you're surprised by joy. Maybe it's the runner's high you may have heard about, where you jog and you lose track of time and space, or being in nature with animals or children, or listening to music, writing, dancing, a spiritual activity, being with your loved one. Whatever it is that brings you that sense of unfettered joy and full experience is something you should encourage in yourself, whatever activity or situation it brings to you, where you lose track of your consciousness. You're not self-conscious anymore. You're focused on that moment, that activity. At the same time, you need to say no to things that distract you, that take you away from those peak moments of flow, whether it's excessive TV watching or being on the internet too much or being around negative people. Those kind of things can pull you away. So you want to focus on increasing those full potential moments, those peak moments in your life. And finally, this is a great way to think about it. To be a full potential person is to meditate on eternity. Now, there was a great philosopher that was on a mountaintop, and he was very content and happy. People would come from many miles to hear his wisdom. One time, the great emperor came to see the philosopher and asked him, I heard so many things about you. I will give you up to half of my kingdom if you can tell me your secrets of happiness. What makes you so content despite everything? And you have very little, but you're always happy and cheerful and you want to help people. The great philosopher said, it is very simple. I meditate on eternity. I see the people that have come with me, the billions that have lived and died, and the billions that will live and die after I pass from the world. And I realize that I have a slice of eternity here on earth. And I feel joyful that I can experience this special gift to give love and to enjoy and to experience. And that is why I'm happy, because I realize the value of what I really have, this slice of eternity. In the same way, realize that you only have a period of time here on earth where you are alive currently, that you can do anything you want. You can contribute, you can experience. And eventually, through love and other ways, whether it's through children or family or people you care about, things you create, you can live an imprint. You can leave something behind, a legacy even, for you being here on earth. So think about that this week. Love University students, what is it that you want to leave behind on earth when you're gone? In 10, 20, 30, whatever period of time it takes where you're no longer here, what will you want to leave when you're gone? Joy, happiness, and love. And being your full potential is one of the keys. When you do that, you are able to achieve everything you want to achieve. You're able to experience that life of no regrets. At the very end, you say, I've lived my life the way I've had it, I wanted it, I have no regrets. I am a happy person. Love University students, I do want to remind you we're going to be at a very special event this week, and we can help you live your full potential if you come to see us at USC at the Los Angeles Festival of Books. It's an exciting event. We'll be on April 13th and 14th, which is Saturday and Sunday. We'll be there from 12 to 4 both days at booth number 968. So Love University will be there. We're going to be doing the podcast live. We've got some amazing guests, even some surprise guests. One of our guests, I can tell you, is a gentleman named Gregory Boyle, who's a Catholic priest who founded Homeboy Industries, helping gang members turn their pain into power and giving them jobs in a bakery and giving them a lot of hope and optimism. And we're going to have other guests who are going to be there live. We're going to be filming. I'll be signing books and talking to people that are interested in the stuff that we do here at Love University. So we encourage all students to come to this beautiful book festival that's coming up on the 13th and 14th of April here in Los Angeles, California at University of Southern California, booth 968. Love University students, I anticipate this will be a week of fullness for you, a full potential where you actualize every part of yourself and give to others. And the most important thing is to give is love. And that's the most fullest potential you can possibly do. So now please put away your phones, iPads, books, and pens if you still use pens. And we'll see you next time, Love University. If you want to write to us at lovetype4u@aol.com, that's LOVETYPE, the number 4, letter U at AOL. You can visit us at loveuniversity.love. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Students, Love University is now dismissed. Until next time.